Um,
Let's just have a peek here.
if
I
we're
don't
live
know.
right now,
We're just like, are we live? We're those people on YouTube?
Yeah, we are.
We're definitely those people on YouTube.
Except, like,
Where's our chat?
well, nothing's going on, Laura. It's not on here.
We're not live on
It would definitely be a tad delayed,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
but not like that much delayed.
Not that much.
No. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're live.
Oh, we're live.
I
But how long have we been live?
don't know. There was a lot of
If
button
anybody
clicking.
is here, which is unlikely, this early, let us know how long we've been making fools of ourselves.
Yeah,
For a while.
please. Please.
Anyway, we are talking about. What are we talking about?
What's shaking, everybody?
Did you just do a hard reset on
Yeah,
the show?
I'm hard resetting right now. We're live, guys.
What's up, YouTube? We're
What's
live.
up, YouTube?
Talking about The Last of Us, Episode 2.
Yes.
Let's get right into it.
Are we gonna get right into it?
As soon as Laura's done messing around and messing
Yeah.
about.
I'm sorry, would you guys like to have a chat?
I would.
Okay.
Then fuck off.
Oh, hi, Mitch. Welcome. Thank you.
Mitch, welcome.
Thank you,
I don't
sir.
know if anybody saw, but we did go live for what we were calling the pregame dump.
Yep.
On Nerdy Couch Facebook group. We'll leave a link down below, hopefully, to maybe if you want to join that group. We'll also be starting a Discord, hopefully.
I think so.
So lots of places to meet and chat about all things nerdy, including this show,
Which is exciting.
which we didn't do a rating last time because
No,
I don't think it was necessary.
because the show is just too good.
You know, I don't know if I can not rate it a 10 is my problem.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, so
That's fair.
Gonna try to keep this one a bit shorter. It was a shorter episode.
Yes.
We're into hour-long episodes right now. Okay.
But we do have quite a bit of things to talk about. So
If we could just
Hey,
get
welcome,
to
Monica.
those things. Monica,
Glad to
welcome,
have you.
wrinkly person.
He means that because you're wrinkly from the bath, not because you're old.
Yeah, we are getting a bit old though.
That's fair.
So we're playing a little game right now. It's called How Can We Entertain People While Laura Does Her Stuff?
Yeah. So this is our first time going live on OBS.
There's been some technical difficulties.
Yeah.
If you had the
Wrinkles.
chance to catch us on the Facebook pregame dump,
Yep.
you'll realize that that's going to be a reoccurring
Well,
thing
that's our
because
lives, really.
It was a bit of a poop show,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
trying to keep the language down,
Are you?
you know. What we got there?
Yeah. Monica fell asleep, she said, in the tub.
She fell asleep in the tub. Now she's a wrinkly gal.
We've all been there,
You know.
I think, at some point.
Yeah, it's an issue.
Hey, Laura.
I wonder if she
Just,
looked like she had the cortisone
maybe.
virus.
The cortisone virus?
What is it?
Cortisone virus.
What is cortisone? Is cortisone the
Cortisone's
injections
yeah, the stuff they inject into your
into your
tissues,
bones?
into your joints, so you can have some more movement.
See, I thought that this whole show was about the cortisone shot.
Did you?
No.
Where they were giving
Yeah.
people cortisone shots and then,
Just got out of hand.
yeah, started mutations.
Are you gonna be okay, Laura?
She's trying to
I'm
figure
trying
out
it a different way now. I just don't worry about me.
how to do a pop-up.
can we
She needs to
just
pop it out and then use the link, I guess.
Start because like
I would like to.
this is ridiculous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't we just start?
Yeah.
So first off, what we're going to do is
Monica.
spoiler alert.
Monica says there's also cortisone cream.
Oh wow.
There's
Yeah.
spoiler alert.
I think I used that on my I think there's some of that in some of the hemorrhoid cream that I bought.
Oh,
Yeah. It's like
that's our spoiler alert.
it's a high end. for your rear end.
Okay.
I don't know how to feel about this.
So today we're
that-
talking
the
about
chocolate
The
milk?
Last of Us
Chocolate
episode
milk.
2.
Yes, we are.
If you
Stout.
have not watched it, we are going to be talking in depth about it. You might want to watch it first, and then come back and watch this.
Okay. Let's get started.
Yeah.
Because we've wasted way too much time. We do not have our shit together.
No, but that's fine.
Um,
I just wanted to touch on how great the dialogue is right off the gate. Because the last episode and this episode, we get a lot of solid dialogue that is essentially stuff that's straight out of the game.
oh yeah, and we'll touch base on a few of those.
Mhm.
Right.
And set creation as well.
Like set design.
The set design, especially in towards the end in the museum scene, is almost spot on
Yeah.
from the game. Like it's like they
Um,
pulled the game.
Again, we see the towers
Yeah.
tipped over on each other. I wasn't worried about the set design.
Hi, Ahmet Baba. Welcome. Thanks for coming.
How's it going? Welcome to the show. I wasn't worried about the set design.
No?
You know, I felt like first off, you've got the creators of the show working on it.
Yeah.
Right, or the creators of the game.
Right.
Okay. And if like look at I Am Legend. Right? Like if they could do that for the set design for the post-apocalyptic kind of setting there.
Yeah.
I wasn't worried about this one,
No.
you know.
No.
And how many years ago was that?
Oh, that was
like,
a good long time ago.
A good while ago. I wasn't worried about it.
No. They did a stunning job again, so
Yeah.
it was great. I was happy. So it starts off and we're gonna kick around in 2003, Jakarta, Indonesia. So Jakarta is the capital of Indonesia, which we found out in the last episode because it was kind of playing on the radio.
Yeah.
About the problems in.
So this is ground zero?
This is ground zero as far as we know. And I did read some interesting theories on some of it to pay attention to the next episodes for mentions of flour or something like that, or that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because the starting of this whole plague in Jakarta was at a flour mill.
Yeah.
And then they kind of spoke about pancakes and things like that in the first
Yeah,
episode.
like they didn't have their pancakes.
Right?
When the elderly people offered them the
bread,
biscuits, they
yeah.
didn't take it
Right?
Yeah.
because he had Atkins. He was doing Atkins
Yeah,
or
the
something.
Atkins diet.
And she didn't take the cookies,
Right.
right? So they avoided eating bread
And flours
flour
and things
products.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
through the whole first show.
Which is probably a good thing.
You know?
else they would have gotten hit right off the hop.
So do you
That's
like
the theory. That's the theory, right?
Yeah. And then they confirmed it in episode 2.
How
do
did they
you like
confirm it
what
in
they've done
episode 2?
there?
She said it was a perfect catalyst.
Yeah.
The
It
flour.
was actually in the flour.
I don't know that they said that it was in the flour for sure.
Well, they were.
She said it was a perfect
They touched
catalyst,
on
and they
Essentially,
left
they
it
were saying.
there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you like this concept?
Yeah.
I enjoy the concept
Yeah,
of it.
I thought it was a really good idea to make it like to confirm it.
A realistic,
people that have been watching. This is how it started.
Yeah. Now,
Bec-
does the game tell you this? Does the
No.
game tell you how the virus,
No.
or is it a virus or is it an infection?
What's a fungal infection?
It's an infection.
I guess, right?
It's a brain
Okay.
infection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think they really had to do that kind of work
No.
to touch on how it was spread because it was spores in
Yeah.
the game, right?
Yeah,
You're
it
right,
had
and they
spores,
kind of
so-
as much as they took away from the spores of this and that threat, they kind of added a new threat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
So-
bread. Everybody loves bread.
But it's not even that. But
Be all the keto people that
unless we've
don't get infected, I guess.
I guess.
unless we I'll have it on the list for later. But the hive mind.
I didn't really touch on it in the list. But anyway, if we're gonna stay on track here and kind of focus up, Jakarta, Indonesia, we meet Professor Ibu Ratna, which is I hope I'm saying that
That's
right.
a little Cornish.
It is a little bit.
I like that.
Played by Christine Hakim, who is a big star over seas. Not so much here. We might not recognize her, but
Yeah, but now
but now we will.
you're gonna see her in more, right?
Yeah, so she's
Fantastic
another
job.
mycologist. They bring her in to kind of check out this whole virus, and the autopsy scene was probably one of my favorite scenes in this episode.
It was a really creepy scene.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
like
Um,
the cutting open of that leg bite,
and
and
how
then-
they kind of explain that the fungus is like inside the body now, right?
Yeah.
Like it's controlling
and
the
when-
body. Kind of explains how the body keeps preserved almost.
yeah, and then they have her pull some of the fungus out of the mouth, and when it moves towards her, like it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna
It's darn right
I'm gonna
creepy.
get this.
That was gross.
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing scene.
It's. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I watched it the second time, I kind of like skipped it a little
Did you?
because I'm like,
Yeah.
well, I was eating too,
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
hopefully not noodles.
right?
right, or bread.
What was I
Oh.
eating?
Bean sprouts.
I think
Ooh.
Oh,
I was eating Mr. Noodles.
Yeah, see, that's ramen even, so
Yeah,
they're even
yeah.
stringier.
Like
yeah, I would have skipped it too.
I'm like, no, can't do that right now.
Next. So yeah, when she gets asked about, you know, what her thoughts are on cleaning this up, says just bomb it all.
Yeah.
Bomb it. It's you
Bomb
can't.
it all. There's
I-
14 workers that had gone missing at that point, I think they said.
Yeah,
Um,
14. That was just from the factory.
That was
Yeah.
just the flower
And
factory.
also the original host,
Yeah,
Mhm.
they think.
they think, right?
If it started there, then yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
whoever bit her or
Yeah.
that individual was already
Um,
missing still.
So
Yeah.
there's no cure.
Nope.
There's no medicines for it.
No.
Nope.
The only option is to bomb everyone in that city. She says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, she includes herself because she gets real emotional and
She
she's like,
wants-
I want to go spend
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
with my family
The,
because
she betrayed the emotions like super fantastic.
Yeah.
Like
Right down to shaking.
yeah,
the shaking.
cup.
Yeah.
yeah, it
Like,
was fantastic.
I was getting emotional
Like, I
just
don't,
watching her.
again, I'm not familiar with her as an actress, but if she's in more stuff, I'm not going to be
And you know
upset.
what? I don't really do well with like written dialogue on screens.
Yeah.
Because I'm a bit of a slow reader.
Oh, yes, yes.
Okay. But
Oh, I-
the feeling was still portrayed like fantastic
Yeah.
for me, even as a slow reader and someone who doesn't like subtitles so much.
I literally forgot it was in subtitles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really notice.
But I watch
Just
a lot of
reading along.
anime. And
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
too, so
I do like how they're putting these scenes at the start
I do too.
that kind of give you a little bit more backstory and a little bit more substance.
Like something that really builds up, and
Yeah.
especially when you're doing something like changing how the virus is spread, you kind of
Mhm.
have to do a lot more of those kind of backstory pieces to hold it together. But I think they're doing an amazing job regardless.
Well, it's a TV show. Could you imagine having some kind of brain infection happening, but you don't explain
Very.
what it is or how it started?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And
Wow.
that's how you grab new viewers, like people who don't haven't played the
Necessarily-
game or whatever
yeah.
can
Yeah.
still really get into this because of
And
those
it doesn't
little
take
pieces.
away from the fact that it's a new part of the story almost.
Yeah.
Right? It actually betters it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I agree.
Right?
I agree.
So let's carry on our
Yeah, we can flip over to
current day.
current day, and we kind of start with Ellie waking
Did you
up.
get caught up at the board?
Did you look at the board
I
over
saw that.
I was looking at the board and then I was like,
there? Yeah, don't look over there. We're
then I saw Jen look at me and I was like, don't look at the
Producer
board.
cannot look at the board.
Don't look at
It's-
the board.
It's like a deer in headlights.
Yeah. It scares her.
Fantastic,
angle
by
that
the way.
towards you.
Entertaining for the rest of us. Right? She's
Uh,
if you play a little game through all these shows and count how many times she gets blindsided by the board or the microphone.
Because sometimes the microphone's sitting
haven't even
right
touched the
there.
microphone.
She's-
All right?
Oh, my
No,
arm hit it.
sometimes you'll just stare at it. Like,
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, I was meant for podcasting, not for video.
Yeah.
for sure.
So
You're doing
when
fantastic, all right?
when Ellie wakes up in that building
Fetal
on the
position.
little bed of moss in the fetal position, I
Ugh.
love the visualization of the light on her.
Yeah.
Like it's just this stream of sunlight coming in on her. Like, you know, this is this is what the savior is supposed to look like, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At least that's the
And
kind
then
of
the little butterfly
yeah.
It's
flies
a
over
really
it,
nice scene.
Yeah.
Until you see the two adults with
just
guns on them,
glaring
on
at
her.
her. Just
yeah, just
Joel
wanting
is
to shoot.
not convinced.
No.
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 Welcome. I'm
blame
not
him?
gonna try and get this name because it's got like I'm gonna say Hidez. Y'all ready for episode 3?
Oh yeah.
Dude, that
can-
is the question
Oh,
of the
yeah.
day. Thank you for that.
We will definitely talk about how ready we are.
I kind of really
Very
like
ready.
doing this show
Mhm.
now, knowing that tomorrow I get
Right?
to watch the new episode, and it's just it pumps me up, and I hope that this show we can all just get pumped up to get to the next episode.
I just want to see Bill.
Bill?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's one of those characters.
Nye?
That's like
science guy.
science-ish.
He's a side character by all means, isn't he?
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know. I don't know
Absolutely,
how
but
much.
he was a really cool character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know if like. Do you think they'll touch on Bill?
Yeah, they're going to Jesus.
You didn't have
They're-
to make it dirty.
They're going to what, Bill and Frank's?
Yes.
Yeah, so they'll make it there.
Yeah.
Of course they will. They have to,
Yeah.
or else you don't get that awesome truck scene. Do you think they're gonna have the truck scene?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I
okay.
would hope so. I mean,
Um,
they have to.
So they're
They would have
grilling.
to.
They're grilling her.
What's that?
9 p.m. That's the time it's coming out. Yes.
Yes,
yeah,
it
9
is.
p.m.
I'll be. That is literally almost always the time that my children are all asleep,
It's the perfect storm, like the
Everything's-
perfect mixture for.
and I'm like, oh, it's just time to chill
get
out and
myself
relax.
some Doritos,
Doritos.
some chocolate milk,
I like a little Miss Vicky's.
and then I sit down, and
Tomorrow. Yes.
all of us are like sitting there in anticipation. I know, like I'm sitting there refreshing the gosh darn screen.
Yeah.
Waiting
If
for
it's
it.
not,
Oh my God! Do you know how many times I've gone in and out of the Crave app waiting
Oh, yeah.
for the show to
Oh,
start?
yeah.
You've done what?
In and out of the Crave app.
because it's not there yet. It's not there yet. Oh, maybe it needs to reload. Yeah, it's legit anxiety that it's not gonna play.
yeah.
Just in and out.
In and out.
In and out.
Of the Crave app.
Maybe it's not there yet.
Yeah.
Mm.
They need a refresh button on
Can't
Crave,
remember how
man.
to say it.
I literally bought Crave just to watch this.
Did you?
Yeah.
yeah,
What
I'm
about
literally
Letterkenny?
just piggybacking.
I
off
have
his
been watching
Crave
other
watch
shows,
list.
but
Letterkenny's
this
on
is
there.
the reason I bought this. They're
So-
grilling her.
Yeah.
Tess is a believer.
Yeah,
at
you,
this
you,
point.
you start getting the feeling that she's on board with what's going on. What are you doing now?
I can't read it.
You're very distracting. You're like my board.
Keep talking.
Like you start doing things and I'm like, I have to watch what you're doing. Don't worry about that.
Can we do things without
got
it
it.
being a shit show?
I would just like to be able to read it.
You're fine. I'm telling you what they're saying.
It's fine. You missed 2.
No, I didn't.
You did.
Nope. He said tomorrow.
Mhm.
We already talked about that. I didn't need to say that somebody said tomorrow. And the other one just popped up about you should take a
Call it out.
bath. And I'm not going to say anything about you should take a bath because I didn't know what the context was and I was just going to skip over that.
Oh, okay. Fine.
Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
Oh yeah.
What is going on here? Like,
I don't know. It's hot in here.
it's
Well,
getting
welcome to the light.
hot.
Not taking off
Um,
my clothing.
Maybe
So yeah,
we
the
do
back and
good
forth-
for views.
Back and forth pieces between Ellie, Joel, and Tess
Yep.
in this section.
Mhm.
You can
Magazine,
still
toilet paper.
the magazine, toilet paper, the
Which is the book was related to the game in some way.
Was
That's what I read.
oh, I didn't
Also-
catch that one.
Because you can find magazines.
Also, the
Do you use them for
restaurant
toilet paper?
that they're in
No.
when they leave the name on the door of the restaurant is one of the restaurants that they visit in the game too.
Oh.
Oh, I couldn't tell you what name it was.
I can't say the name because of copyrights. And it's because I don't
And because you
remember.
Yeah, he doesn't
remember.
remember.
It's
Yeah.
because I don't remember.
Okay.
Yeah, the whole dialogue there is great. When I was doing some research on it, I was watching some videos. They said that they had written a backstory for Tess.
Oh.
Where she loses. It got cut.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where she loses her husband and her son.
Okay.
to to the infection, but she ends up unaliving the husband, but then can't bring herself to do it to the son, locks him in the basement, and carries on.
Okay.
Which would explain the emotion that she's going through a little bit.
I kind of feel like I'm glad that they cut that.
I think it was
Only
too much.
because in the game, Tess.
Is ruthless, like.
Well, no, but she's essentially a secondary character.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we
She's
knew.
not in it for long. She
Again,
dies.
we knew that she was gonna die, and this was
You only
another.
need
She
that
died?
shit for-
This was another one of those things where Teresa gave me that
The sad look.
the look like,
Why?
Oh.
is everybody gonna die?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
at
it's
least
Game of Thrones all over again.
at least Ellie and Joel will live all the way through. She said, and I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
No,
this
they
is
do.
good. She's
They do,
everybody's
yeah.
alive.
Spoiler: they don't die in the first game.
That's right.
But it was too much for the show, I think.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like if you've
not
seen
needed.
similar things like that in The Walking Dead and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's been done.
Do a comic if you want to do a backstory
It's-
on it.
it's-
I'd read
Yeah.
it.
It's
I'm
not
interested,
needed.
Yeah.
but not in a show.
No.
It wasn't necessary, so it didn't
Yeah.
make the cut, which is fine,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
she's a true believer. Joel is not.
No.
No.
He's
know?
still very standoffish on
And-
the whole thing.
Joel's pretty much going along with it for Tess at this point.
Yeah.
How far behind are we?
A little ways. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
5 minutes.
No, we're still good.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. She's looking at the delay and freaking out.
You can't do live stuff, can you?
No, I just looked over and I was like, wow, that's like at least a 5-minute delay. Anyway.
Monica, yes, we are all fools. I agree. Did we
yeah.
hear about the God of War series? I have not.
The what?
Are they making a God of War?
If there's a God of War series, I'm
A show?
down
That's
for that.
what
I
that's
will
what I'm
watch
guessing.
the shit out of that.
All right.
As well as the Call of Duty movie.
There's a Call of Duty movie?
I'm not. I could do without that.
I would watch.
I would
Call
watch
of Duty
that.
movie.
Yeah, but they're gonna do the same thing with they did with Halo.
As long as they don't cast The Rock, they're good. And
Right.
I love The Rock, but
I'm playing
guy
with this
can't
thing. It's
act.
showing up. Let's stay on topic though.
Okay.
All right.
So the questioning, she's got to go to the bathroom, goes to the bathroom, all that jam. One of my favorite parts of that whole thing is the sandwich.
The guns versus sandwich,
Yeah.
where we literally are gonna make a new rock paper scissors.
That's
out of.
right. We saw a meme that was like rifle pistol sandwich, and
Yep.
we need to figure out a way to make that into the new.
The
rock,
funny
paper,
thing
scissors.
is that the sandwich wins.
I feel
Yeah.
like it does.
at least that sandwich does. Do you see
True.
that thing?
Yeah, that was a thick sandwich.
That's a good sandwich.
That was
That's
a great sandwich.
As far as post-apocalyptic sandwiches go, that thing was delicious
Yeah.
looking.
Yeah.
There wasn't like a little wrap or like a little bit of chicken on there.
Well, and even Joel and Tess were like, is that chicken?
Yeah.
They're eating jerky.
Yeah.
Although I am worried because she was eating bread.
True.
Yes, but she can't be affected.
She's immune.
That's right. So what if they did take a bite of her sandwich?
There's some theory going around online that she's not actually immune.
Okay.
I didn't look any further into that because it's so freaking ridiculous
Is it?
that I don't want to know. I don't want to know about stupid
No,
people's
it
opinions.
ruins the story. It ruins it for
I'm
me.
like, what do you mean she's not? The whole premise of the game
Is
slash
that
show
she
is
is
that this
not
one kid
able
is
to
immune.
be infected.
Right.
Technically, she's not immune.
All right, Weezy, what's going on?
What's your theory,
you mean?
Weezy?
Because she shows up as infected.
Right.
They test her.
Yes.
She's
Yeah.
infected, but it's not affecting
She
her the
is
same way.
a carrier. It is in her.
Does that mean
but
she could?
is immune to the infection.
Does that mean she could fungus kiss somebody? Do you think?
No,
Or like
Because
because the
we-
fungus isn't living inside.
When we
her.
get to the fungus kiss, I
But she's
got
coming
some
red.
questions.
Yeah, well, maybe it died off because she's immune. It had nothing to feed off of. The fungus would eventually die inside of her because it can't feed. off of it.
So
Because the fungus gets inside and infects the person.
Yeah, but she had been
feeds on their body.
she'd
to
been
stay
bitten
alive.
weeks before they tested her, and she still came up red on the scan.
Right.
So what's that about?
Well, this fungus can live for a long time,
So could
is
she spread it
in-
then?
which is why you have dead.
But you're
people.
saying she can't spread it, and could be
She's
the
If
cure.
she
immune.
bit someone, she might.
You think?
Maybe.
Spit in their mouth?
Yeah.
I'd
They're
like to
infected
think
now.
that she can infect someone.
But then
Special hugs and
that's
kisses.
going to be a problem once we get to season 2.
Well, yeah.
Because then
Yes.
I won't say,
Okay, yeah, don't.
but
But
there could be a
look,
problem with that theory.
can we get past it?
Okay. for
Hidez
now?
Hidez
Okay.
said that when Sarah died, it hit him harder in this series than in this series or in the game series. I believe
Oh.
he's saying in this series
Okay.
it hit him harder, and I don't know that it did. And I don't know if that's because I knew that it was going to happen in the show, but when she died in
Yeah.
the game, I was a mess.
It did not matter how many times I played through the beginning of that game. It hit me just as hard.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like a solid gut punch.
I think at the point where Sarah dies in the show, you're right. I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Maybe I braced myself.
Right?
I was like,
Because the game was so emotional.
Yeah.
But also, I was really distracted watching to see what was accurate to the game to make notes for this show.
Yeah, you see, I let myself
So,
get immersed in it type deal.
you gotta
I
do
can't
you
shut
gotta
my
do
brain
you
off.
gotta do 2 watch through. You gotta
Yeah.
like do 1 watch through where you're just letting her go, and then a second
Yeah,
one. But
don't
not
watch
that you're
your first watch
the ice
through.
queen, but
The first
um,
watch through, you just watch it
I don't get
and
emotional
get
over
in.
shows.
Just watch it and get into it.
yeah.
The first watch
Yeah.
through.
I try.
All right.
I try, but I'm just constantly...
Don't be a robot over it. Okay?
Monica wants to know what the fungus kiss is. We will get there.
Oh, we're
and
gonna
we
get
will
there.
let you
We're gonna
know.
get to the fungus
gonna get
kiss.
there.
It's way too
It's
early for
Yeah.
that.
Very controversial.
Okay, there's some questions.
I loved it.
Okay.
There's a lot of questions.
But we'll get there.
I've got
So the
questions.
sandwich, she's gonna throw a sandwich at her. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
And now they set out on their journey.
On their journey,
Mm-hmm.
you get into the beautiful landscape.
Yep.
They cross the crater where the bomb had hit there.
Mhm.
Tess says they did this in multiple places. It did not work as well in other places as it did here.
Yeah.
Which is a line almost straight from the game.
So they hit up, the big cities with bombs, which is a nice playback to that opening flashback
Yeah.
scene.
Which is why it makes
Which
that
says
opening
just-
scene so much more better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
They
Poignant.
followed through
What?
what the doctor
Poignant.
said.
Poignant?
Poignant, like with a G, but it's a silent G, I think.
Poignant.
Poignant.
Yeah.
Like
I'm-
pungent.
I'm
but-
not. Oh, pungent, I
Pungent.
get.
Yeah.
Pungent, I get. All right.
It hits harder.
It does.
It
Yeah.
does. Yes.
I love the bridge walk
No,
piece. Where
Hey,
they're
when you
having
say
their
the
chats.
bridge walk,
Yeah.
you're not talking about the boardwalk.
Well, when they're walking along is it a highway that they're walking
yeah, it was
along?
a highway.
Like a highway bridge
Yeah.
that they're walking
It was a
along?
bridge, but you were on the highway still.
So that's where they Ellie's asked where she got bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is why I
And Tess have a heart to heart.
yeah, and
it
they were
seemed.
kind of talking about the mall.
Yeah.
Which
She
There's-
lies. Ellie lies.
she was there by herself, she says, but like if you've played prequel stuff. Also, I read that comic.
This is a great segue for Dan.
Yes.
So that will be the Nerdy Couch copy of The Last of Us, American Dreams, which tells the story of the mall essentially.
Tells the story of.
Now I haven't
Ellie.
read it yet, so I'll let you guys kind of don't give too much away on it. If people want to read it, you
Um,
can read it free online,
If
or
you
you
want
can
to
pick
know
this up on Amazon.
a little bit of backstory about Ellie and where she grew up, who she knew, there was also a reference to Riley in the first episode. Riley is in this comic.
You just put it
It's
up there.
5 episodes. 5 comics.
It's a 5 issue series.
5 issue series, I guess. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a 5 issue series about Riley and Ellie, and it explains how Ellie gets bit.
And
We're
the
gonna leave it at that.
little bit of a relationship between the two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Good read or no?
Great read. I just read it again the other day.
Okay, I haven't read it yet. I will
should definitely read
very
it.
soon.
Definitely
Yeah, I
read
plowed
it.
through in
It's good. It's 5 books. It's good.
I
Yeah,
plowed
it's
through in like a night putting my kids to sleep. I was just
Yeah.
reading them.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
great.
fantastic. And now the Nerdy Couch crew has a copy of the trade paperback.
Nice.
Cool.
I like
So-
it. So yeah, there is more hints about Riley in that bridge walk.
Yep.
And I'm just waiting to see like I think they were saying Storm Reed. Is that the same person that played Sarah as well. No, that was Nico Parker. Sorry, Storm Reed is supposed to play Riley.
Do,
And who's Storm
do
Reed?
we know who that is?
Where's
She's an
from?
actress.
She's an actress.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to like?
Okay.
I'm not gonna pull her up
No,
right
it
now.
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter
It
until
doesn't
we
matter.
get. We'll talk more about Storm Reed when we get to the piece where
So they're
like,
putting Riley into the show?
huh?
Okay,
Is that what
look,
you're saying?
we've talked
we've
about
talked
this
about this
so
already.
many times. It's in the
Really?
trailer.
She's in the trailer.
There's at least a flashback.
There's got to be a flashback. Because, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've told you that this is in the trailer.
Why are you surprised
several
again?
Times.
I'm surprised. It's like I'm hearing about this for the first time. I don't know what to tell you.
Gosh.
So yeah, Riley will be in the show.
Okay.
Even if it's got to be a flashback, obviously.
Yeah.
But it is in the trailer. Watch the trailer or something.
I'm
like
going to have to
that.
watch it. I have not watched trailers for any of this other than that one
Oh, okay.
that we
That's
watched
fine.
outside.
Also, something that comes up is the infected.
Yeah.
And she refers to an infected that explodes.
Yeah.
Pores everywhere or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And then the clickers, obviously.
Yeah, she's kind of like thinking about what other kind of infected there could be and stuff like that, and she's like just saying random things where someone that's head splits open or whatever,
So
and
the-
things come out. And...
What are they referring to is the bloater,
Yeah,
right?
it sounds like
It
anyway.
explodes with spores.
Okay, so
Yeah.
to the two of them, to Joel and
Tess?
they feel they think that's a myth,
I don't know.
I don't know.
or unless they're playing it off like
I think it felt to me like they were kind of trying to like just downplay the dangers
To
for her at
me,
that
yeah.
time.
to me it felt like they had not heard. If you watch their emotions or their reactions, it sounds like they have not met a bloater yet,
They have not met a bloater yet. That I agree.
and so it's
Yeah.
it's a story to them. It is a myth
Yeah.
to them. But when she mentions a infected that uses like a bat like echo sense or whatever like that,
Yeah.
they play it off like they don't even say anything. They just look at each other
Yeah.
and like they've met one before, obviously.
And they kind of
Yeah.
give her the "we've got enough to worry about out here" kind of
Yeah.
thing, right?
Yeah.
Which is cool. And then we get the scream of like whatever in the distance, which is
I got so excited, and then they didn't show any clickers yet, and I was like, okay, it'll come.
Yeah, you knew
Yeah.
it was coming though. So that was a clicker at the end of the first episode.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, the way it was.
Did you go back and pause and look?
The way it was moving.
yeah,
I'm
the
like,
movements
that's
and stuff like
definitely a
that.
clicker.
It was the movement and the arm back scream. I
Yeah.
think that really got me going. Yeah, that's
Definitely
that's a clicker.
Yeah.
So they need to go through the safe way.
Yeah, it's the long way around, but it's safer as
Right.
far as they know.
Something that Ellie says right there that I just loved was she goes, I think we'll go with the safe way, giving the new information I've just learned.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because she was like the long way. Why wouldn't we just take the shortcut?
All right.
Yeah.
And that's through the museum.
Well, no, the safe way is not through the museum. That's the faster way.
So what they
The safe way that they tried to go was through that hotel.
through the they in the game they go through the buildings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct? Is that still
Well, you still end up at the museum in the game, though.
So they were trying to get through the museum to get to the. What's the name of the building of the final place that they were at?
it was
Anyway,
it was a government
It's
building.
some kind of state building.
yeah.
They got through the museum and then realized that this way isn't actually the best way to go.
They went to the museum second in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Where
first
did
they go
first?
first
they
they
went
go
to
to
the
the hotel, and that's where the frog pond is.
Oh, you're right. I
I
forgot about the
which apparently turned
Okay,
into a big thing
okay.
online, by the way, is the frog playing the piano.
piano.
A lot of
Really?
people just in love with the frog playing.
Just in love with the frog?
I loved it too. I thought it was,
Wheezy over here. I don't know,
and I was
was in love with the frog too.
I was laughing because initially the frog was supposed to be eaten by a bird, but the
Oh.
bird wouldn't cooperate.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
So they had like a fake frog or whatever. So this frog ended up surviving and being the part of the show that we see instead of this
Well, I'm
bird.
glad
that
he
Everyone
ran-
did.
loved it
Yeah.
anyway.
I'm glad
so
he did.
Yeah.
It's probably a good thing the bird didn't eat the
Ellie,
frog.
Ellie's having a good time there too.
Yeah.
Okay.
The I can't swim part
Yeah.
was fantastic.
She does
speaks-
that in the game too.
Speaks
Yeah.
to the game.
Yeah,
And
it's different, but
But
same.
I
well,
think-
because I think they were making fun of it, right?
There was some humor there,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like they were just giving a nod to the game, but like
Yeah,
it's knee deep.
they made it their own for the show.
Yeah.
All in all, the hotel's not a big scene. It's
The part where Ellie checks into the hotel
Yeah.
was almost word for word from the game too.
Yeah.
and it's fun
And it's fun
both
And
because
times.
she's a kid, and
Well, and that's Ellie.
yeah, you get to see little
She
pieces of that.
messes around with everything.
Yeah.
Everywhere
Oh,
they go.
like earlier when
I mean, she's 14.
Joel's like, if she even twitches,
Oh yes.
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
and she's
And
doing
she
the
does
whole,
Yeah.
stop it,
And then she does. Okay. Sorry.
right? Like she's playing the part so well.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
so good.
All right,
She's great. She's great as Ellie.
Yeah.
they get
She's
through
spot on.
the hotel though, and then they go to
And then they go to the museum.
the
Yeah.
museum.
I'd
Yeah.
like to say so. I wanted to touch on the scene with just Joel and Ellie when Tess takes off to kind of try and go up and around.
Okay.
By the way, the fact that she went up and over to check out, like it gets blocked off just like in the game,
Mhm.
and then she's got to go up and scope it out and stuff like that, just like it would in the game.
Yeah.
Like that was game flashbacks.
Yeah.
For me.
Oh yeah.
solid. And then we get a little bit hope of some of the Joel and Ellie relationship building pieces.
Yeah.
And I know there's been a few reviews online that say that certain pieces of the show aren't moving Joel and Ellie's relationship, like their bond, along fast enough, but I think they're doing a great job.
I think they're doing a
great.
fantastic
I
job.
think they're on par with the game where they would be at right now.
I feel like that too. Like I
Because when
don't
Tess dies in the
Tess
game,
dies?
shut up. They're not yet bonded at all. He wants
there's
nothing to do with her.
resent for
Yeah.
leaving her behind.
He blames
and-
her. She blames him for
Yeah.
Tess's death.
Yeah.
So they're not. They have no relationship at this point. They're not
He's
supposed to.
very short with her, and you know she does have her knife still,
Yeah.
right? So whatever happened
Doesn't
there
matter.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
She's still got her knife, and that's important.
Yeah.
yes.
Yes. That's important.
Hidez is replaying the game on live as we speak.
Hey.
awesome.
So
That
that's
is
awesome.
amazing.
That's
Love
cool.
And
I
Monica
hope you're
says
enjoying it.
she loves frogs. Glad he made it out alive.
Yeah.
Me
Yeah.
too, Monica.
You know what? I think
Yep.
that if anything can come of this, as long as the frog lives,
Right.
As long as the frog lives.
right.
we're
I
good.
hope I get to hear about the frog again.
Maybe we'll see the frog in season
maybe
2.
maybe a spin-off.
Spin off. Just the frog.
The frog playing piano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
Solid.
Yeah. The
So-
dialogues there is good. We learn a little bit about the infected as well.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes.
Right. How some of them can last months, some of them can last years, which is why in that trailer we're gonna see that. Is it a bloated? Is it a
I don't know what it is. I think it's a
that
bloater.
huge?
I want to
creature
say
that
it's a
comes out?
bloater that comes out. Well, I guess you don't know.
You wouldn't know because you don't do your research.
No, I just don't watch the trailers. I wouldn't be surprised.
All right. Well, you'll be surprised.
You'd be
I
surprised
read
anyway.
about Bill and Frank, and I was like, oh,
I don't know what that face was, but it was awesome.
I can't wait till tomorrow now.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, they're leaving, and as they're leaving the hotel, that's when we get that big overview of that, and they start talking about that hive mind and stuff, and that
Yeah.
they can, some of them can sense from like possibly miles away.
I thought that was
You-
pretty interesting.
You
that they
step
added
on a
in.
vine,
Yeah.
and miles away, the hive mind is activated.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about. With we lose a threat with the spores,
Yes.
but we
Yeah.
now gain a threat,
Yeah.
Yeah. Whole new aspect to this
which
virus.
is still cool, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
And this is actually important for the later scene.
Right. Nice
Yeah.
foreshadowing that they
Right?
do for sure.
When they arrive at the museum,
Yeah.
what are they?
What?
That he pokes the thing and it's dead.
Oh, it's just like that's the spore. That's the mushroom
The vine?
growth,
Yeah.
right?
That's
What do you want to
yeah.
call it? Carpet?
I don't know what you would
Mushroom
call
carpet?
it. Root? It might
Root.
be. I
Well,
mean, it's
roots are
rooting
under.
out, but
Roots are under the ground. I don't know.
I don't know.
It does kind of look like a root.
Anyway,
Anyway,
It's a
they're
cordyceps arm.
feeling pretty confident that a lot of the
dry as a
infected
bone.
might be unalived already.
Right,
Right.
might be
Or
boned.
are not unalived, but because they're not alive anymore anyway.
No,
Well,
they're
they are.
alive.
They're not zombies, Dan.
Clickers, like all the way up, they're all still alive.
They're not human.
No.
There's
they're
noth-
mushrooms.
There's nothing left of their humanity.
No, they're
They're-
alive because the fungus is alive.
They're kombucha mushroom people.
All right.
Right.
They are
The
toad.
kombucha mushroom people. No?
They're toad.
No,
Don't
I
know that
got
song?
it.
Do you know that song?
Yes.
That was for you, Mitch.
Oh yeah, he is a System of a Down fan.
Yeah, so they're pretty confident that
System
they,
of a Down is like that's English.
what?
System.
Of a down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thought it was like a foreign band. Can't understand anything they say.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, I'm joking.
Okay. I was like, what?
Is the fungus kiss through mushrooms? Monica, I told you we will get to the fungus kiss
Look, it's a very
when we get
sexy
there. It's hot,
scene.
steamy.
It's actually a very emotional scene.
It is, but I've still got. We'll get there. We're close.
We are close. So museum, and then we get to the moment that I think all of us that have played the games have been waiting for.
Okay.
Upstairs, they hear the sounds.
Can you do it?
I don't know if I can do it. And
I hope that came through well.
I hope that sounded good. Yeah.
and I died. I
do it? You want me to do
lost
it?
my mind. Could you do it?
Okay, set the scene.
They walk up the stairs and enter the room, and we hear the sound we've all been waiting for.
Hey, I'm a clicker.
Oh my god, that was spot
Wow,
on.
uncanny.
Wow.
Hey, y'all, I'm a clicker.
That was beautiful.
Oh,
Thank you.
God. Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. So
It's similar to my duck call.
Yeah.
the sound, the click sound in the show,
Mm-hmm.
I got overly giddy.
Did you?
I started slapping the air near my wife.
Look out, Jen.
I was like, "Oh my god, that's a clicker!"
You got violent?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm really glad she was far enough away. She would have got hit like 15 times with the tips of my fingers.
I feel like you're gonna get giddy several times.
Just the
through
first
this,
time.
okay?
Just the first time we saw the clicker. Well, even really just the first time we heard.
Yeah, it
clicker,
was the
because,
hearing
because
of
you
the
don't see
clicker.
it right
I
away.
think that,
That was
the
definitely-
noise is probably more iconic than the.
That was it. That was the noise. And I was like, "Oh my god."
In real life, you'd pee yourself.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm not surviving this at all.
Well, no, you are not.
No, although I'm
You're
pretty
not a fast
full-hearted, so-
person.
No,
No.
Yeah,
true.
you're broken. If there's
Yeah.
ever an apocalypse,
Stand
just-
behind me, guys. I'll be your shield.
we're just,
shield.
We're
I'll
just
be your
leaving you
tank.
behind.
You guys need to be my DPS though, because
You just meat shielding.
I'm just meat shielding.
We'll just dress you up in something, and away you go.
Okay,
Be nice.
They
that's cool.
notice a unalived person that looks. Ellie does that looks different than what she expects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's when Tess and Joel know exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they're not telling her, but they're on edge now, and Joel is very specific about instructions now.
Right.
We are silent from this point on.
Yeah.
Right? Not telling her why.
No.
So they creep up the stairs,
Creep.
and Ellie steps on one of the tentacles, vines, whatever.
Hand.
Was it a hand?
Yeah. It
Okay.
was something crusty.
And
Yeah.
Joel gives her a stare.
Yeah.
like,
Oh my god, he did the perfect mom in the grocery store to the child.
yeah.
Yeah.
Where you can't just say in public, I'll fucking kill you.
Yeah.
And
But you say it with your
Yeah.
eyes.
and
right?
honestly, Ellie looks back at him like, okay, and she recognizes him as the point man right now.
Yeah.
Right?
That's the first little sliver of like serious respect that I think Ellie's really looked at him like, okay,
Yeah.
you're the boss currently.
Yeah. Because she's
Um,
mostly been doing that with Tess.
Yeah.
Tess has been giving her points and telling her essentially when she needs to, like, be serious.
hmm
And she's been following what Tess has been saying, but never
But this is
Joel.
the first time that she kind of sees Joel as a point man.
Yeah.
Right? And then they come through a doorway and it collapses. And that's another point where I felt like it reminded me of the game a lot because that happens constantly.
It was very... It wasn't very similar in the game.
You know
Like,
what
in the game, they come to the room, and Joel, like, it's already all down
Oh,
in
no,
front of the
I-
door.
I understand that. Like, but it is something very game-esque.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, where you walk into a room and now your exit's closed and there's
Yeah.
nowhere to go.
Now
Like,
you're like, shit.
it closes off the route behind you.
Yeah.
And that is... I'm not saying it was spot on to the game part,
Right.
but it's very game-esque.
You know
Yeah.
what was spot on to the game was that room though.
Yeah.
Like while they were in that room, as soon as they were entering that room, I could picture it in the game.
Yep.
It was so crisp because I probably died there so many times.
Yeah.
Right, and that's one thing that I noticed about in the show that was very comparable to my playthroughs.
Yeah.
Is every time they're shooting at something, they miss, and then they get it on like the fourth or the fifth
Yeah.
shot. They finally get that
Yeah.
headshot, and I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
this is exactly
I've
like when
been
I
there.
play the game.
So they come across the clicker.
Yep.
Visually, how did you feel about that?
100%.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, they
So
were
the-
stunning.
A
They
clicker
were
is
incredible.
described as the head being split open and fungus coming out, right?
Yeah, or some of them even have like half face fungus.
Yeah.
and stuff
But the
like
way
that,
that
too.
the one
Yeah, but that
clicker
would be a stalker.
had the head split open
Yeah.
right down to the top
Yeah.
teeth,
Yeah.
Oh,
it was brilliant.
Yeah.
also I was thinking I'm fairly sure I was reading that the people that did the voice acting for the clickers in the
Were
game were the
in the show.
same.
Doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah, they did it
Um,
again. So
they looked
They brought
great.
them over.
they looked
The
amazing,
movement was
stunning.
great.
Yeah.
Obviously, they
Oh.
sounded great.
Whoever I can't remember who the actors were that were playing the like physical roles, but they obviously did their homework too because they moved
Oh, yeah.
amazingly similar to the game.
Most people can't move like that.
No,
Like I like how
like a
when-
contortionist.
Yeah, like
I
I wonder
like
if they were
how
dancers or something.
when he is reloading, or was he taking bullets out of the gun?
He was taking bullets out and putting in something. I'm assuming hollow points or something like
Probably. Yeah.
The clicker noticed the noise
Yeah.
from it
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I like how they didn't. I like when the camera work takes it away from something, and then you have to use your brain.
Yeah.
To think about what's going on here, you're using now the noise, but you don't have a visual of it. You just have a shot at Joel,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and now your mind has to fill in the gaps.
Yeah.
And
Okay, yeah,
that
yeah.
I just think that camera
You
work is
knew.
brilliant. Yeah.
You knew that clicker was moving up.
Like you knew that when it panned back over, that clicker was going to be right
Yeah.
there.
Well, yeah, you could hear it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
If you had
Like-
the sense.
Yeah. And
Oh, so good.
the clicker noise got louder and louder and louder, right?
I gotta say, one thing about this whole scene up at the top here with the clickers. In the show, the clickers were way more intense. Like brutally intense.
Yeah.
So like that one
Oh,
part
I play
where
on
him
easy.
and Ellie. Oh, okay, well then you have no idea what I'm talking about. But there's that one part where him and Ellie are crouched down and there's a clicker on the other side of this big table thing.
Yeah.
And Joel steps on the glass
Yes.
and the clicker comes right over the table.
Yeah.
Whereas in the game, it would have come around.
Yeah. To
Oh,
look.
so you're saying they're
Right.
more intense in the show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
like
yeah.
he just
for sure.
dove
Oh,
over
yeah.
the table
Yeah.
towards Joel. Whereas in the game, he would have come around to find
But
him.
as a cinematic project, that's much more intense.
Oh yeah,
Right? Like
yeah.
it just
Watching
plays,
this thing come out around all these obstacles
yeah,
to
it
get to
plays
you
so much
is
better.
not as
Again,
exciting.
them creeping around the desk and stuff like that felt so in game,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
right?
That whole piece in the museum with the clickers was amazing.
It was.
Like it was everything that I had been waiting for, and I wasn't disappointed.
Yeah.
So a lot of the times I'll like build something up in my brain when I'm watching a show, especially like based on something that I've played through, and you know, it gets to that scene and it's like, yeah, it was good,
Yeah, no.
but it wasn't like
This
didn't
there's
blow
no
my
there's
mind.
no quarrels over it, you know. Like,
Oh, it was just amazing from the
It's great.
sound from the start and the
Mhm.
two clickers and
the lighting,
Joel
the
missing
camera
the
angles.
camera, everything about it, the acting. Again, I can't say
yeah.
enough about the actors in this show, even if when it's middling characters that we might never see again, like Professor Iburatna.
She's an incredible
Um,
actress.
Even just like those little pieces like that, the acting in this show is so
There's
spot
no-
on.
There's no small role in this.
No, everything just pulls you in.
Yeah.
Right?
We almost didn't get that actress that played the doctor.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I guess the producers reached out to her. They just DM'd her on Instagram to see if she
Hey.
would play the part. And she
Hey,
was
what
like,
up?
I'm a little busy. 2 of my family members have COVID.
Oh,
And then
So she really did want to go see her family.
But she really wanted to play the part, so she found a way.
that's good.
That's
I'm
awesome.
so glad.
And
she
I'm
did.
glad because holy shit,
Yeah,
that woman
she-
can act.
Yeah.
She set this show, this episode up, right?
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. It was
Um,
incredible.
you don't see Tess a lot in this scene.
No, because she kind
She
of
gets chased
yeah.
off,
they get split up there.
right?
Why even Ellie you don't see for a strong portion of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But then it's Joel who finds Ellie, and I think in this scene more than anything, he puts himself in between Ellie and
Yeah.
the clicker, even though he's been so standoffish, and even when she like touches him, he's like pulling away and stuff,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
but he still throws himself in the middle there.
They've really got Joel playing the brute when it comes to him and Tess and Ellie.
Yeah.
So more so like he's the physical guy, like he's the protector,
Yeah.
and he takes every order from Tess, and he's been told protect Ellie.
Yeah.
So he's gonna do that.
Well, even more so by the end, right?
Well,
But I think
it's interesting
without
too.
Tess though, then he's just left to his own devices. Then he
Right.
is able to build a relationship.
Yeah.
I don't think he's able to.
But we
while
see some
Tess
of that
is
stuff
telling him what to do.
in this episode, even when like after he protects her, he does the look at his watch,
Yeah.
and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And there's those little
Especially
pieces.
on the
That
top of the
scene
building
up on the
there.
top of the
Yeah.
building, which was the point on with the game, by the way.
yeah.
Everything they said, the
Yeah.
view, and what you
Yeah.
could see in the background, 100%
Mhm.
accurate. The
But
entire
before we
scene.
get
Jury's
there,
still out.
okay, before we
Can't
get
deny
there,
that view. It's,
the both
Okay.
clickers are coming at Joel and Ellie.
yes.
He takes one of them down, I believe. Right?
Yep.
And then just before getting nailed by the other one, Tess takes it down.
Tess kind of takes it down. I thought Joel.
She shows up and shoots it.
Yeah.
It doesn't go down.
No. Joel gets kill shots on both.
Yeah.
But she
But
she
she stops it
rescues
from,
the
like,
yeah.
yeah,
hitting
she
them.
saves
Yeah,
them off
Yeah,
she
yeah,
saves
yeah.
the day
from the
for
second
sure.
one for sure.
Oh yeah.
Right? That's when they make it out. But Tess has hurt her ankle.
Yep.
Yep.
And that's not all.
Apparently.
Why? What?
Huh? Nothing.
Spoiler alert.
The scene where she's walking through on the board,
Mhm.
right up until the end of that scene on the building there. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
It's good.
And
Tess
she
is-
rips Joel up at one point there too.
Oh yeah.
Who's that?
Tess.
Tess does.
In
She
that
gives him shit.
when she's bandaging, or
Yeah, she gives him shit.
yeah,
Can't you just be happy with what I got and have hope?
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's when you know that she's really banking on, like, she's already
She's gotta-
decided in her head, and she's banking on Ellie being the
And
cure.
she's got to drill
Oh,
it
yeah.
into Joel now.
Right from the beginning, you can see that Tess, as soon as she finds out about Ellie, she's like, oh my god, this is it.
And at this point, like,
We're cured. This is it. We're
after
gonna
the
find a way."
clickers, she knows she's gonna die.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
she's like, she's pissed off because she's gonna die. She knows she's gonna die. She's got to entrust Joel with this girl, and
Well,
he's
they're
a
even to the point where
angry some bitch.
where Joel's mending her ankle, and she's like, "I can do it myself."
Yeah,
You know, like
just go
With a roll of tape.
Just go watch.
I
the girl.
don't know if that's the closest we're going to get to him looting tape.
I hope not. I just
But I kind of was like, okay.
again,
there's-
if we
there's the tape.
kick back to our last show here,
Yeah.
the drawer.
we need it just one scene of this show where he
Yeah.
opens up a drawer and finds some mundane item and
Tape,
backpacks it.
scissors.
They just need to do
Bottle of
one
water.
drawer. That's
One.
it.
I just want one
Just
drawer.
one.
You know,
One looting item, and you have to put it into the backpack. That's it.
Sweet Jesus, Monica, we
What?
will get to the fungus kiss.
Oh
I
my
swear.
god. It's
I
coming.
swear.
It's
we're
very
we're,
close.
we're
Very
almost there.
close.
We're right
We're
there.
almost.
all right. I'm gonna show it to you when I get home. too.
Yeah. Oh. Oh.
I don't know how to feel
I
about
really
what you
didn't
just.
want to think about that.
I don't know how I feel about it.
I don't know how I feel about your reaction to what I said.
It's kind of gross. Just so you know, he's gonna kiss you with mushrooms in his mouth. Anyway,
Weird mushrooms.
yeah.
Ooh. Like bean sprout
Look.
mushrooms.
Get over
Oh.
it, guys.
Do you want to borrow some bean sprouts?
Settle down.
Ramen kisses.
Settle down. Okay.
Anyway,
I will show
Ramen
you the clip.
kisses?
Show you the clip.
Be like Zoidberg.
All right.
Zoidberg.
Can
That's
someone
perfect.
make a meme out of that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just replace the clicker with Zoidberg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be incredible.
Perfect. We're doing it.
Yep.
That's happening.
Again, you got.
Oh.
Gosh darn it, eh? See how I'm working on my language?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's nice.
You know.
So they make it out. We're getting to that Capitol building, whatever it is. Capitol building, not a Capitol building.
It's a government
It's
building.
Government building. It's the Fireflies
State
base.
building.
A little Firefly base.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Essentially, yes. They've taken over the state building as an outpost
great.
for the Fireflies.
The QZ. Is that what we want to call it?
It's not a QZ.
HC? HQ?
It's just an outpost.
HM?
It's called the QZ.
I think it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's what they call it.
Okay, well then go with it.
I think.
I'm pretty
don't know.
sure they do.
Yeah. That the original outpost that they're at.
They call it QZ?
I think they call in the show at least they call it
The
QZ.
original one?
Okay.
The original one.
The original outpost that they were all at
Yeah.
is the QZ.
Is the QZ.
Yeah, that's because it's a quarantine zone.
Right.
Right.
This is
But
not
I don't know what this
quarantine
is.
This is not a quarantine zone.
No.
This is a Firefly outpost.
zone. That's
It's-
what I said
No,
like
it's
10
got a
minutes
different
ago
name.
when we started this
Like,
argument.
I don't
It's
know
the DM.
where we got this
Anyway.
argument from, but it's settled now. All right.
When they get there,
Okay.
there's blood. It's not good.
No.
Shit's obviously gone down.
Yep.
And they roll in, and everybody's down.
And Tess is
Oh, yeah.
like gung ho to get in there.
Yeah.
Like she's dragging Ellie by the arm.
Yeah.
you
Well,
know.
because I don't
she
know
doesn't
why.
have time.
Yeah,
She's
just
gonna die.
She's
And
like,
Joel
"Get
is just
in
gonna
there."
abandon this child and go back and live out the rest of his life, and she knows it. And she has not yet proven to him that Ellie could be a sure thing.
Right.
Which is why she's so frantic.
Right.
She needs to hand over this kid to other believers.
Believers?
Believers.
You just
Yeah.
said believers.
I've had a
You're a
lot.
Justin Bieber
I've
fan.
had a lot of pop.
You love Justin Bieber.
Her
Some of his
non-alcoholic
songs are
drink
okay.
is.
You're a believer.
I'm a believer. I'm a believer.
Oh
I
my.
wouldn't believe her if I tried.
In the last episode, I stated that Tess was one of the weaker characters for me. Okay.
I think I did as
Okay.
well, actually.
In this episode, the whole Firefly outpost scene, her acting was superb.
Oh yeah.
Like she
Yeah.
stepped it up in this episode.
It was stunning. Like this.
The emotion she portrayed, like it was great.
So they get in. They
Hold on.
mushroom people.
Hold on. It was. That's what you just did.
That's because that's what it was. I don't have words to describe how poignant the scene was.
That's a word.
It is a word.
It is a
Alright.
word.
It's a
Yeah,
word.
when you said you had no words to describe it.
Okay, well,
And
you
then
wanted.
you pull out
I went.
a thesaurus.
Well, you're a dick. So yeah. Oh, Ellie gets bitten in that scene as well.
Yeah, and now they're aware of Ellie's bite.
Right.
She puts a rag on it.
Yeah.
And so when they're walking to the final site there, when Tess turns around, you can see blood on her neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Joel is too concerned with Ellie's bite to
Right.
even be paying attention to that, though, right?
Oh yeah, he's convinced this is it. The first one didn't take, but this one will.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I'd be fucking terrified too.
But and Ellie's the one that calls out Tess though. Like
Well, she
yeah.
does in the game too.
she's
Yep.
like, "Yo, she's been bitten."
Yeah. It was pretty close to the game.
Even to the
Yeah.
point where they're rummaging through looking for like, what is it? There's got to be someone's got to have a map,
Something.
Or a radio.
or
Or
so there's
something.
got to be a radio,
Yeah.
or something like that, right?
Or there was also talk about the map
Yeah.
Yeah.
to find like the next outpost nearby or any like indication of how to get a hold of anyone else in the Fireflies. There was nothing.
No.
Yeah.
So after Tess is called out, and they have the movement of that one dude that Joel shoots because it starts coming back to life,
Mhm.
and then you see the little tendrils of those
Oh, yeah.
cordyceps, like
One of them goes under the fingernail.
Okay,
right?
that part right there
That was-
really bothered me.
that was
I
Gross.
had finger pain immediately. I was
Right?
like, oh no 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 no
It
no.
was so
Oh.
gross.
No.
It was so gross.
and
Get out of there.
because the way they move is almost like small worm
Yeah.
type things, and to imagine
Yeah.
something like that crawling under your fingernail
No, stop it.
just immediately set your teeth on edge.
Yes.
Like my face is curling because I'm thinking about it too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that alerts the giant hive of runners that we saw earlier, and they have maybe a minute and a half.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it is notable the differences here. Like, it's huge, right?
Yeah.
Like in the game, it's the is it Fedra?
Yeah. It's Fedra soldiers.
The Fedra soldiers are coming, and
Yeah.
Tess offers to hold them off.
Oh, she doesn't offer.
Well, no, she doesn't offer at all. She demands.
She just
Okay.
gives demands.
It was more emotional in the show.
Yeah.
Than it was in the game for me.
Yeah.
The
Yes.
way it all went down.
I think it was for me too.
Like Tess's emotion really came
Yeah.
close. The feelings that Joel and her had came through,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
And her saying like, I've never asked you for anything. I never asked you to feel the way I feel. Right?
Which
Yeah.
says a lot right there.
Right?
Real deep, hits an emotional.
You know, she literally says, "Shut up, I don't have time."
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Like
They look at the two bites. Like Tessa's bite is obviously
comparing them and how
fungal
much hers has
infection.
progressed
Yeah.
and Ellie's is not.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right? It's
Yeah.
proof.
Ellie's is healing
Yeah.
at that point.
Again, the acting of this show. If this show doesn't win awards for the amazing performances of the supporting cast, the main cast, like this show should
It-
roll
they
the
will.
award
There's
shows.
gonna be so
Just
many awards
roll
if
it.
they win.
Like-
There's like they were saying, is there going to be season 2? They're talking about season 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Season 3 will be the second half of part 2,
Yeah.
like the game part 2.
Like this show
Do you think they'll pull the whole of season 1 in this season 1 show,
I think so.
Oh yeah,
and then
they're
split
yeah.
like game 2 into 2?
They've already said season 1 is the first game.
Is
Yeah.
an enclosed
Season
story.
2 is the first half of the second game.
Okay.
Season 3 is the second half, and then season 4 will be game 3 because it'll be out by then.
Yeah.
Right. That's a nice roll. That's
Yeah.
good stuff.
So
oh, fuck. The second game, just go off topic for a little bit. The second
that's
game
not
is
like us.
massive.
Is it?
That second game is huge.
Yeah.
I couldn't see them fitting all of it into one season of a show and having it being good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There would be way too much like information
Because
overload.
like
crazy
already
action.
the pacing is quicker than the game,
Yeah.
right? But I don't
Yeah.
feel like the pacing's too quick for the show.
Well, there's a lot of stuff that happens in the game that they can cut out for a TV
Yeah, it's
show.
a lot of
Yeah.
running around.
So,
Yeah.
but in the second game, there's not a lot that they can cut out, and still have it fairly close to the game.
Yeah.
There's no way to do it.
Well, even in the small portion of number 2 that I played, like it's story packed. Like
Oh.
it wasn't a lot of me just kind of
Well, it's very
screwing
story
around.
driven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Well,
a
and
lot
you
of me
play
just
as
like
two
wandering,
different
screwing
people.
around
Yeah.
doing stuff.
Right? Like, so in, you know how, like, in the first game, you play as Joel for a bit, and you're going to play as Ellie for a bit, and then back to Joel, and back to Ellie. You're doing that in the second game as well with Abby, which is a character.
Mhm.
She's a main character in the second game, and you get just as much story about Ellie as you do about Abby.
Yeah.
So,
So
That's
it's
all.
huge.
excited.
Right.
I can't wait.
Already excited, and we're
I'm
not even
excited
through
about so
halfway
many
through
things.
this one.
Yeah.
Let's
Let's finish this up.
finish this up.
Okay.
And I want
Okay, we're at the kiss.
I want to give special mention to Mitch because he is in chat making great things about different ways we can say this. So we have the spore smooch
Okay. Okay.
and the fungal French kiss.
The
And the
fungal French
fungal
kiss, I
French
like that.
kiss.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
Yeah.
So
That portion where those guys are getting away and she's just trying to light that lighter as the runners are crashing through the building, and one of them spots her and slowly approaches her, and she doesn't move fast, she doesn't run, she doesn't do
she
anything,
stops trying
she
to
just
light it.
she stops for a minute trying to light that lighter
Yeah.
as those spores, those fungus are entering her mouth.
So Monica, this is the kiss scene.
And it's like
All right, and it ain't your rom-com kiss.
no, it's
Alright.
like
No.
a weird, horrifying, erotic, slow, like it's like I don't know what to say about it that would properly describe that scene.
So something interesting, I don't know if you guys watch or listen to HBO Max's podcast, but they have interviews with the producer and the director and some of the art people
Okay.
on every episode. And they've been putting them out as each episode's coming out on TV. And you get super in depth of where they were going with the scenes and what they were aiming for and what the artists were saying as they were acting about those scenes.
Okay.
And it's really interesting. They're like a half hour a piece. Some are a little bit more. But definitely check those out because when they were talking about this scene, they were super passionate about this exact scene. It had to be a certain way, and the way that Tess did it, or the actress did it, was exactly what they were going for. Where
Yeah.
it's this emotional, she's this hard ass, but still a person. She's dying. This is it.
Yeah.
She's gonna die right now. But she's still trying desperately to get this lighter to go.
It's important.
Right? And just as she's about to give up and she's being taken over by even more infection, this is going to kill her immediately. Just that one last, and then boom. Watch the podcast.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Why, if she's already infected, would an infected take the time to stop and infect her?
So the way that they were talking about it in the show was it's like this, it was a love bond.
See, that's why.
Spores, not the spores, but the fungus seeks out the other spores.
That's
and
why-
it's all connected.
When I was talking about it, when I said, and I saw a weird look from Jen when I said like this erotic, and I think erotic might have been I meant sensual. It was almost from the runner that was already infected.
Yeah.
Like the way that kiss came together, and it was horrifying and terrifying and horrible for this person, but it was almost sensual in the way that the runner moved in, and it was slow, and it was like those rom-com scenes where it's this weird slow kiss,
Yeah.
but sickening and horrifying on the other end. And it was, I don't know, it was one of the most poignant scenes
God damn it.
in
See,
the whole
where
thing.
what I felt
I
like,
try
I
and
felt a
pull
little
up
weird
one.
about it. Obviously, you're supposed to feel weird about it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, but I felt like, could it have taken away from the bite? For me, like,
No,
what?
she wouldn't have been there if she wasn't bitten.
No, but here's the thing. What infects you then? The bite or the spores? Or the tentacles?
Both.
Both can infect
It's
you.
still the tentacles when they're bitten. It just takes longer and is slower if you're bitten than if they're just
right into you.
weirdly kissing you.
I just don't know that the scene was necessary.
I thought it was amazing.
I thought it was necessary.
I'm not saying it wasn't a good scene.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like,
It was supposed to give you this rush of like this infection is just plant. It's plant life. It's mushrooms,
Yeah.
right? It's organic. It has, don't know how everyone believes about this, but like plants have emotions.
Yeah.
Plants have love. Plants have fear. All of these things, and it found another that wasn't a part of that herd, and it went to it and showed it love and brought it in.
so why did that specific one notice her rather than, if it's a hive mind,
Mhm.
then why did one specific one stop for her?
Well, it wasn't a specific one. It was just the one that noticed her, right?
I don't know, but as soon as that
If
one
the hive
stopped,
mind, they all noticed her.
as soon as that one stopped and went to go over,
Well, then only one needs to notice her.
all the rest of the herd stopped.
Not
I
all the
watched.
rest.
Well, so, any
were
of the
the
ones
ones
that
that you
didn't
could
already
see.
blow by.
But I'm just remembering the podcast where they're saying.
I'm just saying,
the
if I'm
rest
part of a
stopped.
hive
Yeah, they
mind,
did.
Yeah.
if I'm part of a hive mind and I scurry by and then I'm like, ooh, there's a kiss going on.
You're
Right?
just an idiot.
I'm
How about
coming
that?
No, but those other ones were already on the hunt. They saw the other folks that needed to be pulled into the hive.
Listen, there's assholes in every herd. Okay.
What about
Same
our?
goes
Who's
for
the asshole in our
mushrooms.
herd?
Probably the mushroom mouth wrestler Dan. Thanks,
Alright.
Mitch.
Regardless, it was a fantastic scene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
I love
Um,
that scene. Like everything about it
Was it-
horrified me and intrigued me, and
Yeah.
I felt all of the things.
Was it better than the game scene?
It's hard. It's hard to compare it because in the game, you've got Fedra coming and shooting her to death.
So
And then in the show, obviously, you have a herd of clickers coming. And
I'm gonna say I felt more in the show scene, and here's why. People suck. So for Fedra to be running in there and shooting her to death, I expect that shit from people.
Yeah.
Right?
but
And
mushrooms,
the way that the mushroom scene played out and the emotionality that they put into it and just how it all went,
you felt
I
there was some
felt-
beauty in it.
there was
Okay.
that's
So
great.
let me say that in the game, it was more emotional following along with Joel and Ellie, and then hearing the gunshots in the background,
Yeah.
right? Because
Okay.
you knew what was going on, right?
Right.
Rather than if they had had a scene where it just showed all that,
Right.
Okay.
right? It was well done in the game, I think.
Yeah.
Obviously, I agree with you that this version of it, I felt like it played better.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it
I
played better
don't
for the
think that
show.
I don't honestly think that everybody would agree with that though, because I think that there are
No, not
people out
everybody
there
does.
who are bitching about this.
Really?
There are.
Yeah, but those are the same people that bitch about the fact that the show is not exactly the game.
And we're not going to
You
get
can't
that.
make a show out of a video game like that. You
No.
can't.
No.
It's a video game for a reason.
Yeah.
And then you have shows.
They're doing a
Separate.
fantastic job.
Thank you, Monica.
That's the kiss scene, Monica.
No, she said poignant. Great word.
Don't encourage him, please.
Mhm.
You know,
I don't remember even what my last episode saying was, but we'll try and pull up something every time.
They escape.
And then the boom.
The lighter falls.
Yes.
There's
Classic.
grenades on the ground.
Classic slow
I don't know
motion.
if that's how grenades work, by the way.
Maybe if not immediately, I wouldn't imagine just random heat would set them off, but
No.
like long-term heat would probably set them off. But
I don't
any which way.
know.
It's a
I don't-
show.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
don't,
TV show.
I don't
Classic.
use
It doesn't
grenades
need to
on a
be
regular
exact.
basis,
No?
so I'll give it to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Boom.
That's the last word
It
I have
literally
written on
says
the board.
Boom.
Don't look at that.
Don't look over there. We're on the last word, Laura. You can look away.
It literally
Oh, thank you,
says
Jen. Thank you. I love you.
boom on the whiteboard.
Yeah.
And then it ends with Ellie just looking distraught about it. Obviously, like
Yeah.
she's
Now she's stuck
heartbroken.
with this dick,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Right? It's fair. He's
she just
being a
won't
dick to her.
Yeah.
The relationship between the two of them is about to grow greatly.
Yeah.
I'm excited. That's probably one of the things I'm most excited for as we flow through these next episodes
Yep.
is watching that bond, that father-daughter bond grow between the two of them.
You can really
Because,
see
I
it in
mean-
the game every little thing that Joel does to like have her experience what life used to be.
Yeah.
Give her some fun
Yeah,
and really care about her.
he
Yeah.
does
Pick that up in the
end
game.
up just caring.
Yeah.
Like that's his daughter. Like,
Yeah. He basically
and we don't want
adopts
to
her as
ruin
his
too
own.
much for the people that haven't
Oh,
played
well,
the game.
fucking play the game.
I
At least
currently
watch a walkthrough.
I never finished it. I'm watching a walkthrough.
Okay.
Right.
And it'll take you about 10 hours to watch a walkthrough.
Yeah,
One,
first
it's-
game. Second game will take you 22 hours.
What were we looking? The first game was about 20 to 30 hours, depending on how you played it.
Depending on how you played it.
If you're
doing, like, all the
straightforward,
tags
if you're
and-
straightforward,
That's
you can
20 to
get-
30 hours of gameplay.
If you're
like,
just doing main storyline,
if you're just main storylining it,
10, 11 hours.
Yep.
You can
Yeah.
rush through it.
Just
Yeah.
pure
yeah.
speed.
So if you want to watch a walkthrough and kind of, I like to kind of stay ahead of the show.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's how to watch this show. Is to, I cannot imagine this show. Not seeing or playing the game. How would this show be to you? Would it? How would it affect the way you watch it?
Teresa loves it. And
Okay.
and so Wheezy loves it too, and have not played the game. And it's pieces like for Wheezy and my wife, I'm sure those pieces like Tess dying and Sarah dying
This is happening
Hit-
for the first time.
hit
Well,
harder.
You
right?
you might have watched her play, right? So some of
Yeah,
this
she
stuff's
watched
not
me
new to
play
you.
through it
But like
years ago.
for your wife who doesn't care about you enough to watch you play stuff, like she's seeing this for the first time.
Mitch
and
says he hasn't seen the show or played the game.
What are you doing?
What are you
here?
doing here?
You should.
Thank you for
definitely-
coming.
Yeah.
that's dedication.
Yeah, that's
buddy.
cool.
Thank
But,
you.
That's cool.
Seriously,
Mitch, though, Mitch, this game is right up your alley.
hey,
Like
look,
it made game of
we
the year.
set your mic up to a certain point.
Sorry,
you don't
sorry.
have to get
Yeah,
that.
back
Sorry,
it up.
I got really excited there. I was like, "Oh my god, Mitch, you've never played this game.
You
This
need-
game is
Holy.
perfect.
Yeah, back up.
Perfect."
The louder
For
you
you.
get, I want you to get
Just watch
further
it.
away
Perfect.
from the mic.
I'm just watching the red
The-
lines.
Get this game. Get this game.
We
Mitch.
apologize for burning your eardrums out.
I'm sorry.
I want you to learn how to use a mic.
Supporting the stream. What the fuck? He said LMFAO.
Thank you.
We appreciate
Of
it.
course we appreciate
But
it.
god damn it, play like
Play the game, at the very least watch the show.
the reason that I started making sure that I played Game of the Years, like voted Game of the Years, was because
There's a
I
reason.
saw this one was Game of the Year, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll give it a shot. Because a lot of the times I'll see things that are, you know, Movie of the Year, this or that of the year, and I don't care.
One of the best games in
This
several
game.
years.
This game is
Best story.
the most amazing story, and the gameplay is smooth and sweet, and everything about it makes it a game that would make it a game of the year
Is it
is
smooth?
all 10.
Smooth.
10.
Is it smooth like Tennessee
It's
whiskey?
so smooth.
Yes.
Like Tennessee
It's
whiskey.
All right.
It's a sweet.
It's strawberry wine. Yeah, boom.
Thanks for joining us, Monica. We will talk to you soon.
We'll talk to y'all soon because
Yes.
we're gonna close this up.
Boom.
Yeah.
Banana,
we didn't
banana,
banana
banana.
rate
We
it.
didn't banana
Yeah,
rating
no,
the
we're
last
doing
one.
banana
I'm not
ratings.
banana rating this one.
You know,
There's no.
You know what?
if
You-
you've watched up till here, you know how we feel.
Yeah. You can assume
Okay.
that we are gonna roll a
You-
10 all the way around, and you know what? We'll tell you if that changes. If we go below a 10 on this series, because right now I can't see it happening
I
with
can't
these
see it
2
happening.
We
episodes.
had to
No.
increase the rating scale.
Yeah, like rock and roll, we're turning it up to 11.
Yeah.
So
You know what though?
Little
I
spinal
find
tap
when
for
I'm a
you.
fan of something that's like a game
You really need a sitter.
turned into like a show or a movie or whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's accurate. I fucking love it anyway.
yeah, even the
Look at
shitty
the
reviews
Warcraft.
on Warcraft. I was
Look at
gonna
the
say
Warcraft
World of
movie.
Warcraft movie, loved it.
I loved it.
There's
If
so
you
much
really sit
hate on
down
that
and
game.
look at
on
that
that
movie-
I know.
If you really sit down and watch that movie though, as a non-Warcraft fan,
Yeah.
it's not good.
No?
No.
Well, I'm a Warcraft fan.
Yeah.
I enjoyed
See,
the
Well,
movie.
because
Wheezy
I'm
liked
a
the movie.
Warcraft
I
fan.
enjoyed the movie.
Did you?
Yeah.
There's so much hate over
Okay.
that movie.
I knew nothing
It's
of
the
lore.
Warcraft fans that don't like the movie.
Yeah.
And even that's not even
Okay,
true
I
because
liked it as a movie. I didn't like it as a Warcraft movie.
Chinese market went crazy for it. Like loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah. So where's Warcraft 2?
And it's I don't know. I want it. They
I want
talked
it.
about it.
I
They
want
talked
it.
about it based on the overseas market, and they need to do it. We're
Yeah,
getting way
well,
off topic,
You know, now,
but
now they've been banned overseas, so
yeah,
there's no WoW
Okay,
over
so
that's right.
let's close her up.
Anyway,
Do you want to maybe hit your mic or talk too close to it one more time before we leave?
no.
Banana rating,
play
banana rate the season. It's the only way, really. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fair.
no. Okay, yeah.
That's a good.
And
season.
Mitch also liked the Warcraft movie, so I don't know where all the hate came from, or if maybe it was just hate bombed.
You know
like
what? Haters
do.
gonna hate.
hate is gonna hate.
But Laura said, like, it was nothing like the. it
But
was
you had
nothing like
some.
the lore, right?
I feel
and
like it
it's-
should have been like they make their cinematics just AI.
It's hard to. It's
Guys,
hard.
do you want to see us do a show
Yeah.
where we just
Okay,
talk about
let's-
this
We
sort
can
of
do a
thing?
Okay,
Warcraft
we're-
show, just me and
yeah.
you.
You know, it doesn't have to be a Warcraft show. We can do a thing where we do a top 5 movies that we felt were underrated or something along
Sure.
that line.
Yeah.
Okay, but
You
we're gonna
know?
be stuck, me and him, on Warcraft for
You know,
about
no,
2
you're gonna
hours.
be
Yeah.
stuck bitching at each other.
I don't even think we're we're not that out of sync. It's just
All
our
right.
opinions are weird.
You know what it's gonna be?
We're like we both rated a 7, but here's why our 7s are different.
You nailed you very good there.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry. Thanks for coming, guys.
Mhm.
Facebook group. We
Yeah.
have a Facebook group now.
Laura will just shout out random things about it.
Discord's coming.
Listen, I do production, okay? Which
You
was
obviously
not great
well,
today.
you do it much better than you do online. Like
As far as
live
sitting here and
stuff.
talking about stuff, this is not my forte.
No, it's not noticeable.
You guys insisted that I be on this show
That's
for The
because
Last
you're
of
a
Us.
big fan of the show.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I didn't realize that you were such a knob.
This is probably the last series I'm going to be reviewing.
You don't have to get so close.
Listen,
No.
I don't know how to use them.
I'm banking on you to catch up before Dan so that we can do Ahsoka and stuff like that. So you
Oh, okay.
need to be my
So we're still going to do the Star Wars?
Star Wars
Check
Check us
co-host,
out for
yeah.
Star Wars stuff. Check us out for Marvel stuff. Check us out for the Last of Us.
We're gonna try and do some maybe DC stuff at some point in our lives
Yeah,
so
we
that
tried,
we're not
but
we don't suck and we don't seem like we're Marvel fanboys, but
I am.
we're Marvel fanboys, so it's
I
fine.
am not. I am
You
not
know.
a Marvel fan. I am not a DC fan. I'm a dark indie comic fan.
Also check
You're
out.
very pale, actually.
We have.
Um,
we
Well,
have.
I'm
We
inside
have.
a lot reading dark
Each of
comics.
us.
Yep.
Shut up, guys.
Mhm.
Would you wait till I'm done to start talking?
You had
again?
nothing interesting to say.
Oh,
I was gonna plug your channel, but that's fine.
that's fine. I'm just gonna crop you right out of this. It's a good thing you're on the outside. Go ahead.
Hey, look, if you guys also want to see something that we call the pregame dump,
Yes.
Which is essentially this.
check us out
Yeah.
at our Facebook group, pregame setup,
Yeah.
where we argue a lot, and I think it's funny.
It's almost like the show, but
We're not
But
looking.
even
more arguing.
more unscripted.
And I'm so sorry. I bend over a lot to get cords, and you can see my butt crack a bit. So
It can
I
hear you.
apologize.
It can hear
You
you.
get-
I fuck.
Closer to the mic, but you don't get quieter.
All right.
Anyway.
Remember, like, subscribe,
share,
share, hit the bell.
bing.
Notifications coming in to you. And you know what? That's all we have for tonight. So
Hope you enjoyed it.
peace
Thanks
out.
for coming.
Love you guys.
Live long and prosper, my friend.
Oh, get lost.
Who's hitting the button?
Nobody.
Oh,
We're all
shit.
so far away from it.